you, early up as she is, that you can probably get to another inn in a day's ride. You get there evening if you're fast, called the Great Stag.
All right.
Harkus is up unusually early, probably before the lordlings are awake. Outside, training on like post or something. Out in the courtyard of the tavern.
Should we? I'm thinking if we have a really bad reputation, like riding ahead of us, should we perhaps disguise our colors and just?
No.
No, that's right.
We should ask her if it was this shield.
Yeah. Yeah. If Harkus just walks up to the counter and goes, "This is my shield. Did it look like this?"
It's brave Sir Robin's shield.
Yeah.
Oh
He
God,
bravely
the
ran
chicken!
away.
It did.
Yes. Well, Harkus could certainly just ask. There's no harm to...
she won't know the difference.
No, exactly. So.
You're asked, you'll say that it's exactly the same as on your tablet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's stupid. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's ride on. No point
As
hiding
we're riding
the
in
colours.
full color still. We're gonna brave the storm of.
Nadia is very proud of her house.
True.
Sure. You
I'm
carry the
representing-
banner
I'm representing
forward.
House.
The weather is kind of bad now. It's raining.
Well, raincoat up.
If it's raining and a bit windy, I think Harkus would offer to take the flag, being it's going to have some wind resistance, and a 12-year-old boy is not going to be able to hold on to it very,
Suddenly,
very
everyone's attitude
Still
towards
stronger than
Arwin-
you are.
Everyone's attitude towards Arwin has changed.
Yeah, it's like
Either
when,
way, go
when
back.
Griff told us that his character was like 3 meters tall, and everyone was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Now Arwen is this tiny kid.
He is.
He's 12.
I mean, Harkus will offer, being nice as he is, will offer.
Yeah, don't drop the banner. That's just you don't
Nah.
do that.
And you're
Coming
fucking
with all
dead.
solid and like full of mud. Yeah.
You're fucking dead.
Harkus
Yes.
just has he doesn't have a raincoat. He just keeps his armor.
By nightfall, you do indeed see another building with another a symbol on it, a sign. It seems to be a much larger building.
Okay.
It has a slight sort of stone wall around it.
Are we past the river run at this point?
No, not quite. You're getting close, though. You're certainly in Riverlands now. Although, of course, the border is always murky.
Okay. Let's set up shop, I guess.
Yep.
Head on in.
Sure.
We do the usual trick of just sending the horses to the stable and walk in.
Keeping an eye out though if we are being treated similarly as in the last inn, or like is there?
Mm-hmm.
Smaller end. Oh, pack together tighter if you want.
Whoop.
A second.
What map are you looking at?
Just to the
On the
right.
in map, we just shifted to the side. Oh no! Nadia's gone.
Manaki is using all the inn maps he has found now.
Yeah. His
I don't.
his in map folder is being well used.
Well, I didn't get...
There we go.
Thanks. Aha!
Stay on
Aha!
Harkus' space. There we go.
Unhand me, knave.
Oh no! Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if
I
it's the
followed
same.
you.
This is mine as well.
I own all of it.
This tavern is much more full. So a lot more people all seem to be sort of wet and have probably travelled.
Yeah.
Today.
Closer to the main road. Makes
Why are
sense.
so many women?
Because there's a lot of people who need to be
Barmaids.
taken care of.
And yeah, they are the ones who fill that role, mostly.
Yeah, exactly. Women in this era were generally just keepers of the house. So,
There were barmaids, tailors, and that kind of stuff.
But didn't you say there were a lot of people?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Oh, okay.
he's sorting it all out.
There are a lot of people to spawn here.
Yeah, it's true. And may the summoning begin.
Sorry, you don't have any magic skills.
I know.
You need to be a dragon.
Hopefully we won't be.
Harkus with magic.
Hopefully we won't be accosted by people here.
Hopefully. Hopefully this will be a nice tavern. We can just spend the night in peace.
Yeah.
Out! We don't like your kind.
Barman winch. Barmaid winch.
If it happens too often, he's just going to get very tired of it.
Well, there certainly are a lot of people in here. I won't be talking to all of them.
Well, I suppose we will elbow our way to the.
I think if we put
To the bar.
Harkus in front, he will just... It's like parting the Red Sea. Nobody will get in the way of a mountain.
Lots of
walking.
going, but as you enter, it sort of
Well, that's the bastard.
stills. People turn to look at you. People begin being quiet as they look at you walking in.
We will walk to the bar.
Yeah. Get out of our way.
I think.
And ask for lodgings for the night.
I'll say that I'm very sorry, but we don't really have room anymore. All the travelers you're seeing. That's the many people.
No room for a lord.
Surely there's something. Jingles bags of coin.
Suppose we have some room in the stables.
Better than nothing, I suppose.
It's better than nothing.
Harkus will turn to Anomander and whisper, "We could ride through the night, but in this weather I would advise against it. But it is certainly a possibility."
Tine whispers to her uncle, "You could always try to buy someone else room with that money."
Certainly could. I mean, the stables works for me. I don't really have a problem as such.
I don't want to smell like... Well, I'm going to smell like horse.
You
Yeah.
see a lot of Baratheon regalia in here.
Oh, okay.
By the way, like stacks of on the wall and such.
You know,
That's not too great though, is it? Because our house fought against Baratheon.
No,
No,
there's
we
more of
fought
them.
with. Oh, okay, all right. I'm getting
There's
it all
more
mixed
of
up.
them.
Yeah, we fought against the.
Yeah,
Targaryens.
yeah, okay. Yeah, sorry.
All right, sure. We'll take the lodgings in the stable.
Sure.
Getting at least
Charge you
get some.
a silver per person.
Sure. I can pay that. That's fine.
Somehow
Even
you have all the
Harkus
money.
could pay that.
Even Harkus could pay that. Wow.
Even Harkus could pay that. Yeah. 3 status is something.
Does Anomander feel any animosity, like
Oh, yeah.
here, like towards them? Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
People are still like dead silent. Everyone's look towards you.
It's almost tempting to say, "Round for everybody." Blah, blah, blah.
That's a bastard.
Yeah. Well, I sort of saw him duck out there. Anomander will, you know. Is it just completely dead silent? Just everyone staring?
Currently, everyone's just looking at you.
Who?
A few people whispering to each other. No, like someone looks confused, another one whispers to him. He nods, slowly looking at you. Then
How much does ale cost here?
couple of copper.
Oh, if it's a
You know
couple of
what,
copper, we
Nadia
could buy
will
like 5
put
rounds.
silver on how many people in here?
A lot.
Just put a silver
Yeah,
stag.
buy,
on-
buy them around. That's probably it.
Yeah, just buy everybody
sure.
around.
If you put down how much would that be needed?
I don't.
20 silver?
Oh, jeez.
20 silver stag? That's a hell of a lot. No,
Like 5 or even like 2 or something would probably do it. I don't know.
I'd
You know,
probably say
let's be
1.
gracious. She puts down 10 silver and yells, "Round on the house."
Sure.
Or round on us more.
Well, it sort of takes the money, and she begins to shake up the ale. People still quiet. Just looks at you.
Silence is disconcerting.
I mean, I could certainly hold like a speech or something to try to just ease her.
Random talent speech.
When someone like coughs in the silence.
Anomander slowly turns around, looks at them. He will clear his throat, and he will begin a small and quick speech so everyone can hear. He will tell them that it seems that House Trevelyan is of ill repute in this fine establishment, but he will try to convince them that it is all a terrible misunderstanding, and that the delegation they see before you currently are traveling to see these outrageous allegations cleared. That Trevelyan would like do anything like so despicable would be simply ludicrous, and like he will do similar things as the ale is being served, trying to turn the general mood of the tavern to at least not be outrageous, like really pissed at us.
Yeah.
Try to improve relations, so to speak, with the
Sure,
maybe get him indifferent at least.
All a check.
This sounds like a charm.
It's a persuasion check.
Yeah, persuasion charm. Sounds like
Persuasion convince.
Not charm.
a charm is trying to improve relations with someone.
I'm convincing.
I'm just convinced we didn't do it.
Most people just seem to look away, back to whatever they were doing. Still not a lot of. Certainly, the sound you heard from outside before you entered is not here. But it seems people have lost interest immediately in you as they look away.
Good.
Always still talking about you under their breath.
Well, at least they're not all staring us down.
They're not happy about the free ale.
I mean, they drink it.
They have mixed feelings.
Well, I have more than where that came from.
Yeah, one silver stag is plenty enough.
You do like showing off your wealth.
If
Yeah.
if an ale costs a copper piece, you've just bought almost 12,000 ales.
What?
No.
It says on the coinage table that a
You put down
a
more than
gold
one
dragon.
stag, though.
No, yeah, one stag is 56 pennies. Sorry, I was looking at gold dragons for some reason.
Yeah, dragons
Yeah,
would be.
but 56 pennies. So one silver stag paid for 56 pennies.
Yeah, so 500 beers are being served here tonight.
It's a lot of beer.
That's a lot of
Well,
beer.
just sort of looks at you as you begin to turn around and says, "You probably shouldn't expect much hospitality here."
I take it that there has been someone from House Dennett with a shield doing grand proclamations a day ago or so, yes?
Yeah,
What a bastard.
He nods.
very convincing, young man.
So we have been told, yes.
Harkus looks to Anomander and whispers, "Perhaps tomorrow, if we ride at a faster pace, we could catch him at the next tavern." And,
We'd have to travel 2 days worth of time in one day.
at a
It's
See the
better
full day
than...
ahead of us.
I'd say that's better than all this stares I get for something my house hasn't done.
I'd rather travel hard and fast, and at least be able to argue
I mean, we can certainly try.
argue the claims peasants tend not to listen. A second statement.
Now is the time I wish I'd stealth, just like hide in the corner.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting tired of this, Uncle.
I agree.
If we leave earlier, then we can.
The man
easy
at the
ride.
corner table, he points, that left soon after we entered. Who was he?
Well, that was Hamish Flowers. He's been bragging all morning about how much money he earned for a recent job. Thug.
Do you know what kind of job?
Jesus. No. Something easy, he said.
You can take a guess.
Anomander nods. I see. Does he reside at this inn at the moment?
She says, at the moment, yes.
What room, pray tell? Or is he in the common room?
He sleeps in the common room.
He sort of points to the door. Is that the way down there, or is that the kitchen?
That's the kitchen.
Would you mind awfully if I took a look?
Says, well, if you don't hurt me or my girls, then...
He smiles. Of course not.
So she houses thugs.
Oh, it's an inn. Anomander smiles. So he beckons Harkus to...
What about us?
Do you want to come along and interrogate this
Do you
thug?
want to? I mean, it could be bad that the heir of Trevelyan is interrogating thugs.
Sure.
So probably
well,
best if a
let's-
guardsman and a spymaster did it.
Let's get some of the beers I just paid for.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can drink away all the beers you want.
Maybe Arwin can be adorable and sing a song or something.
Yeah.
I will give you a glare if you recommend that.
He is still seen a man, so
Well,
Yes.
my son.
What a lovely, lovely
Boy.
voice.
come on, Owen, let's
Don't
get a
make me
beer.
don't make me steal your cane again.
Let's get a beer.
You wouldn't dare.
Arcus opens the door.
You open the door. You see a woman stand by the kitchen, and she's sort of looking towards you with sort of wide eyes.
Harkus smiles and says, "Don't worry. I was looking for." Looks to Anomander. What was
She
his
shifts
name?
her eyes to the door, basically being here.
Yeah.
Oh, behind the door?
Harkus moves up and looks behind the door.
Aha.
The man stands sort of close his eyes, leaning against the wall, just relaxing.
Sir, we wish to ask you a few questions. Would you mind
Just,
stepping outside with us?
So, anything you can talk to me about, you can talk to me about here. So
We could,
let's go
but-
sit down then.
We
Yes.
could, yes.
He scowls and says, "I would prefer it outside."
Walks to a table here, sits down. So just what can I do for you two?
Anomander looks at him.
I'm not
I
looking for
have-
work right now.
No, you've been way paid for an easy one, I understand.
It's well, I wouldn't say easy exactly.
Would you tell me about it?
Shrugs. I don't see why not. Very well. I looks at you nervously, shifts himself. There were some bandits that were plaguing the area, and I took care of them.
How?
Shrugs. Is decent with a sword.
You alone against bandits?
Just sits up a little bit. Yeah.
Harkus scowls and says, I am great with a sword, and yet I would not like to fight a few men on at one time."
Shrugs. I guess I was lucky then. I mean,
Oh,
they
perhaps-
did come one at a time.
Or perhaps you are lying to us.
Perhaps you just slit their throats while they slept, huh? Like a
Or
coward.
perhaps they were unarmed peasants more than bandits.
I wouldn't do such a thing, my lords.
Would you not know? Thin's eyes. Peasants perilously close to Trevelyan lands. Perhaps paid by someone with a fox emblem on his tabard and shield.
I've never seen such a man in my life, my lords.
What?
Is he
is he
lying
lying?
towards me?
Yeah.
Roll a check, yeah. Oh yeah,
He's lying.
not very well.
Yeah. Anomander says, you are clearly lying, sir. You are sweating. Your eyes frequently glances to the door, which you try to hide behind to avoid us. He sort of-
Intimidating, we will get you nothing. Just loudly.
he thins his eyes. I beg to differ. I haven't even started intimidating you. You are obviously lying, and very badly at that.
Harkus grins. and
Also,
says,
you are a bastard. No one here would miss you. We are official lords of the House Trevelyan. You would do well to remember that when addressing us. Now, his eyes bore into him. You will tell me exactly what happened.
Do you have intimidate?
I do.
Good. Go right ahead.
How about a 22?
It's a little better than that.
4, 6, 6, 6.
Sort of, I can just say, agree. Perhaps, if I, just, right then.
Yeah, basically, like, Anomander just his eyes are just boring into this man, and I imagine Harkus is sort of, tapping his sword or something.
Yeah, Harkus has like one hand cracking cracking his knuckles with his thumb, and the other hand is just tapping his gauntleted hand on the pommel of his sword.
Well, right then. Well, it seems that you really are thugs then.
That is insulting to lords.
Anomander
Yeah, well,
smiles.
what kind of lords are you really?
The ones you should be quite careful not to cross. Now, enough with your pathetic insults.
Oh, well then. Right now, Adam Dennett is traveling towards the king with proof that you killed his peasants. So it looks at you, and he seems to have a slight smile, clearly liking telling you. Yes. I was hired to take care of some men who had indeed been killing peasants.
Harkus
The Fox Knight
tightly.
came and helped me. He hired me. Dennett had hired us both. Well, through the Fox Knight, and we slit their throats at night.
Harkus
Didn't take anything. It wasn't anything necessary. The money was good enough.
Harkus grips the
And
pommel
now-
of the sword.
You are going to have a very good time when you arrive in King's Landing, aren't you? King knows of what you did. No proof and no one who can say otherwise.
Harkus smirks and says, "What if you left a sword at said scene?" That,
Sure, I'm sure there are plenty of swords. Sword doesn't prove anything. The Fox Knight has many allies, and, well, when the false king does target you, then he will falter even more.
Anomander
The Fox
has a-
Knight only spared me, as it is, because he needed someone to help me, and I knew that the usurper would someday be felled from his throne.
Should we take this guy with us, just knock him out and drag him out? Like, bundle him up?
You know what? I think
Harkus
that's a
could
great
do that.
idea.
Harkus could do that if you want.
And as a quick note, so this place here had sigils of House.
This is House
Baratheon.
Baratheon.
This is like
And he just
Baratheon
called the king
love.
the usurper.
Yeah. So
This is not the correct place for that.
this is not
No.
the correct place for him to be
Speaking
saying
in low
this.
voice, sure.
Like, a similar loud voice that he used it. You can't intimidate me. And Amander's like, you call the king a usurper in this house?
Gets some stares.
Really boring.
Ruben says, How dare you do this? You're trying to manipulate them. I would never say something like that, he says with a very sly smile.
Anomander smiles back. Really? Do you really want to enter into this contest with me?
Harkus looks down at Anomander and says, I could take him outside. Rough him up a bit. Teach him a lesson.
Yes, such insolence towards the king certainly necessitates some sort of reaction, especially in such a fine house
Shakes
as
his
this.
coin purse. Is there anyone who, well, we get rid of these ruffians, I'll pay well.
Anomander sort of, rises up with his cane, like motions to Harkus to just knock this guy out or something.
A few people sort of stand up quickly as you do,
Harkus moves forward,
walking towards you.
unclips his sword, and just hits him over the head with the pommel of his sword.
You can do an attack certainly, because he's not going to let you just do that. He draws his dagger.
Do I?
Don't kill him.
This is non-lethal.
Overkill.
This is non-lethal.
Well,
Okay.
he specifically stated he wanted to do a non-lethal attack.
This is
We'll
non-lethal.
try,
I
certainly.
wanted to knock him out. This was
It's like the Hulk.
Smashes his head with the pommel.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's skillfully doing. That's what something
Yeah.
he's doing it skillfully.
Sure, that is a critical.
And
Double
Harkus,
crit.
Type 2 critical.
Harkus looks to the crowd and says, "Do you really want to fight the champion of House Trevelyan?"
Anomander smiles and says, "My dear people, there's been a terrible misunderstanding. The ruffian insulted our good king, and we will see to it. Please go back to your drinks."
You sort of look intimidated at you.
But I paid for, by the
As
way.
you bring fear into the tavern again, forcing your way to what you want.
Harkus grabs the collar of the guy and just kind of drags him.
And now
drags
we
him
have a
out.
room.
Kind of drag him out and put him by our horses and tie him to the
You know,
horses.
Nadia goes to the woman and see if you have a room now.
He's leaving the common room, not a bedroom.
Yeah.
So you just throw him in there and close it.
We tie him up. I'll tie him up to.
You can tie him to the horse.
Yeah, I'll tie him to the horse.
All right.
Bundle
Basically,
him up
tie
like
him
a
up.
caterpillar and like sling him over the horse.
Yeah, pretty much. Tie his legs, hands behind his back, and just put him on top of the horse. I'm sure I can lift him.
Well, he begins to sort of, well, sort of a little bit sort of barf running out of his mouth.
Well, just put him, so he can.
We put him on the pack mule, at least.
Just make sure he doesn't choke himself to death.
Sure.
We'll put him face down. He'll be good. Harkus walks back in and kind of like dusts his hands off and says, "That was a lot easier than I thought it would be."
You like.
There's someone
you
creeping
have nothing
closer
simple
to.
here, can you?
Pardon?
Aiden turns around.
There's a man here who seems to be looking at you sort of appraisingly.
Can I help you, good sir?
So shrugs says, "Well, just wondering, you don't seem to have many friends here. That sort of display, you're certainly not going to earn any. Well, not many at least."
Would you?
He called the king a usurper and put a stain on my house.
I know what kind of man he was. The name's Rock Thandus. I'm a peddler, really. A merchant.
Aiden Trevelyan, and he offers her hand to be nice. I'm proud of my name.
Shakes it and says, "Oh, my lord, it's a pleasure to meet you." So around, he's still speaking in a low voice. So, I was simply thinking you seem to be quite able to handle yourself, and, well, the roads are dangerous these days. Too many travelers, too many people seeking to, well, rob an old peddler blind. Maybe I could, if you're traveling towards King's Landing tomorrow, could I perhaps come with you?
Does he seem to have any sly maliciousness. If I like study his way, does he lick his lips? Does he rub his hand?
Did you take a notice? Awareness notice?
Sure.
Not really. He he seems to be a little nervous, sort of speaking in a low voice. You're still probably quite intimidating. But no, he doesn't seem to be malicious. His intent.
Nadia looks at her uncle, her advisor.
He will slowly, nod. And,
Seems like my advisor thinks that's a good idea. I can't do a low voice.
It seems my advisor thinks
It seems my advisor thinks that's a good idea.
There you go.
Sort of nonsense. So, well, all right then. When tomorrow will you travel? Well, I could just meet up with you.
Dawn, most probably.
No, I'll be ready by then. Thank you, my lords. It'll be good to be safe on the road.
Enjoy the beer I paid for.
Tine trying to do a low voice.
I insist.
I insist. I paid for it.